Breaking news, a new indictment is filed and Ariel Castro now faces nearly 1,000 counts in connection with the kidnappings of Amanda, Gina, and Michelle. That includes aggravated murder.
Investigator Sarah Buttison is live on 5 at the county courthouse with the late breaking details. Sarah?
Lee, talk about throwing the book at someone. Check this out. This is the new indictment against Ariel Castro, just released from the Cuyahoga County Prosecutor's Office a few hours ago. Like you said, there are a lot of counts here. It is a 977 count indictment. It is 576 pages long, and it is the largest indictment in Cuyahoga County in at least 3 years. What may be the most interesting about this indictment is what is not included in it. There is no death penalty specification. I talked to the Cuyahoga County Prosecutor's Office and they say they are still debating whether to seek the death penalty. Coming up at 5:30, I'm going to have more details about what charges are included in this massive indictment. Live on 5, I'm investigator Sarah Buttison.
And we have more breaking news now. News Channel 5 has learned exclusively a federal grand jury is now underway in the FBI probe of Browns owner Jimmy Haslam. On your side, Chief Investigator Ron Regan is live on 5 in the newsroom.
Well, we've learned that a federal grand jury has been meeting in Knoxville. That's a grand jury for the Eastern District of Tennessee. And what this means is it's another big step forward that could result in possible criminal indictments and charges. Now, Jimmy Haslam and his company Pilot Flying J are being investigated for allegedly cheating truckers out of promised fuel rebates. And we've learned the federal grand jury now meeting has already heard testimony from witnesses connected to that alleged fraud. 5 former Pilot Flying J employees have already pleaded guilty and have agreed to cooperate with federal prosecutors. Meanwhile, 23 trucking companies across the country have filed petitions for class action lawsuits. Now, a spokesperson for the U.S. Attorney's Office in Knoxville told me just moments ago that it can neither confirm nor deny any activity by a grand jury at this time. And we have heard nothing from Haslam or his company. Live on 5 in the newsroom, I'm Chief Investigator Ron Regan.
There is new information in the case of a local 9-year-old who drowned at a Euclid YMCA this week. Kristen Volk is live on 5 in Euclid with the latest developments.
Yeah, Lee, I spoke to the Euclid police just this afternoon. They told me they're not sure whether any charges will be pressed in this case. It, of course, depends on the outcome of that investigation. But what we do know is that the 9-year-old Lonnie Smith Jr. didn't know how to swim. That's what his family told me today. The incident happened on Tuesday. The 4th grader spent the afternoon at the YMCA indoor pool in Euclid with his summer camp daycare group. And according to the police report, there were 27 kids total and 3 lifeguards on duty. And it wasn't until the kids were done swimming that the daycare realized Smith was missing. One of the employees found him at the bottom of the deep end in about 9 feet of water. Now, the YMCA told me today that they're conducting their own investigation. They told me they hope to have a full explanation about just how this could have happened by sometime next week. In the meantime, the Euclid YMCA pool remains closed. Live on 5 in Euclid, I'm Kristen Volk.
Right now, recovery efforts are happening in Akron for a 12-year-old boy who jumped into a raging creek last night. The boy was dangling his feet in the water near the apartment complex where he lives when he went in. Paul Kiska is live on 5 at the scene. And Paul, what's happening there now?
Well, after a second day of searching, the police helicopter is gone now, and all of the search boats have been pulled from this creek. Right now, Akron firefighters are actually walking the banks of this creek, still searching for that missing 12-year-old boy, Nick Schaefer. They're going to be out here for about another hour tonight searching this creek, and they'll be back out here tomorrow morning. The reason they have pulled the search boats at this portion of the creek, at this point, the water's too fast, the water here too shallow. Live on 5 in Akron tonight, I'm Paul Kiska.
Ohio homes and businesses remain without power tonight, 2 days after storms blew across the state. Flood warnings also remain up for a handful of Ohio counties after the storms. But it's still early. It's still really bad right now in Barberton.
Some roads there could remain closed through the weekend. Bob Jones is live on 5 in Barberton tonight. Bob, still a lot of water on the west side of town.
That's right, Lee. Check this out. We are on Shannon Avenue at 15th Street, and you can see over here there is still a lot of water on this street. In fact, we just saw some guys go by on a canoe. Over here at this house, I talked with the owner a short time ago, and he had 6 to 7 feet of water in his basement. And over here where they're pumping water out of a house, I talked to those folks. They had a flooded basement as well. Clothes and furniture destroyed. It is still a mess out here. The police chief telling me the water stopped rising today, but in parts of the city, it hasn't gone down that much. Some folks are surrounded by water and don't have gas and or electricity. I met one lady who showed me all the clothes and kids' toys that were ruined in her basement. People want the water pumped out, they tell me, but the city says the places where workers would normally pump that water to are already flooded. Major roads like Norton Avenue and parts of Worcester Road could stay closed until Monday. And as you can see, the sun is finally coming out. Live in Barberton, I'm Bob Jones.
Okay, Bob, thanks very much. Well, in some areas, there is a little rain this afternoon. Not exactly a welcome development. Elisa Malinovitz is in for Mark.
No, good afternoon. No, not welcome at all. We're taking a look now at the Power 5 Doppler radar network. Now, I do want to point out that not all of the rain that is coming out of the sky is reaching the ground. Some of it does evaporate as it goes through the various layers of the atmosphere, but we do see some spots that are getting a little bit of precip that is at the surface level. Interesting thing about this situation is you can see the movement of the rain. This is very unusual. We don't often see it going in this direction, coming from the east and going to the west. What happened was there was a little bit of an outflow boundary out of the system that went through here on Wednesday, and as a result, a little bit of a trough of low pressure built from that. That is going to be moving through. Right now, we're seeing some shower activity from near Medina down toward the Lodi area. Hit and miss showers for various places for portions of the evening hours as well as some portions of the weekend. We're going to talk a little bit more about the weekend forecast and what next week is going to look like for us, and some more hot temperatures are in the forecast. I'll tell you that right now. Danita?
Well, the jury has the case right now in the George Zimmerman trial. Closing arguments wrapped up several hours ago. The all-woman jury now has to decide if George Zimmerman shot and killed Trayvon Martin in self-defense or not. Zimmerman is charged with second-degree murder, but the jury will be allowed to consider manslaughter. New tonight, Homeland Security Secretary Janet Napolitano is resigning. That's because she's been tapped to become the head of the University of California system. The former Arizona governor was appointed by President Obama in 2008. She led the department through a series of policy changes with respect to protecting public safety.
A Maple Heights man could face life in prison without parole after pleading guilty to the rape and brutal murder of a Shaker Heights woman. 21-year-old William Hammonds, who goes by the street name Boo Man, admitted to killing 60-year-old Sharon Anderson Norfus last year. The victim, a well-known makeup artist at Saks Fifth Avenue in Beechwood. Hammonds will be sentenced a month from today. An Orange Village police officer is home tonight after being hit by a car yesterday on I-271. It happened on the interstate between Harvard Road and Chagrin Boulevard. Officer Robert Rossick was running traffic enforcement when he and his vehicle were hit by a car. He was treated at Metro Health's Trauma Center and released. The 84-year-old driver of the car that hit Rossick was taken to Hillcrest Hospital. He is in critical condition.
A lawsuit asked that the names of teachers and subs who were in the classrooms during the Strongsville teachers strike be made public. Deborah Lee is live on 5 with the details. Deb, who filed the suit?
Well, that's what's interesting about this case. In this document, the president of the Cleveland Teachers Union is asking the court to make the Strongsville School Board turn over information about teachers and subs who crossed picket lines during that strike. CTU President David Quokey told me today that his goal is to find out who was in front of the kids during the strike. He says parents and the public have a right to know who was teaching their kids. Now, when I asked him what he plans to do with that information if he wins the case, he says he will first look at who they hired and then analyze the data. He had originally filed a public records request with the school district for this information, as well as teachers' addresses and phone numbers, but the district refused. Now, we don't expect a ruling in this case before sometime later this month. Live on 5 in the newsroom, I'm Deborah Lee.
Coming up next, live on 5, Eye for Savings, how you can score fashionable frames without breaking the bank.
It started out talking about doing a huge like benefit for her, and then we realized like our garage sales were coming up, and we're like, why don't we do like a pre-benefit before the big benefit? So it turned into this.
Neighbors banding together, a young mother learns the importance of friendship as she battles a disease.
And get your hot dogs. Leon introduces us to a vendor that has a special place in our city.
Showers for some of us at this hour, a little on the unexpected side. We're going to see rain work its way in through the evening hours, as well as some showers for some of us over the weekend. We've got your forecast coming up. We'll be right back.
When I bought this house, I was so proud, except for the bathroom. Pink tub, avocado tiles. It was so 70s, but I couldn't afford an expensive renovation. My sister told me about Bath Fitter and how they put a new bathtub right over the old one. Bath Fitter not only fit my tub, but it fit my budget too. My bathroom got 30 years younger in just one day.
Enough of this golf already. How much of the golf? You're stupid.
Boys, settle down. At Time Warner Cable, any of these devices can be your TV at the click of a button. No one offers more sports on more devices than Time Warner Cable.
Have you got a laptop?
I want the cell phone.
Call 1-855-WANT-TWC to get packages for as little as $64.99 a month. Or visit TWC.com to find out how to get exclusive offers, including a $300 Visa reward card. Time Warner Cable. Enjoy better.
That does not look promising.
Sorry, Dave, that's just not going to get it done today.
That's my lunch.
Not anymore. We're going Mickey D's.
Get one of our new Quarter Pounder burgers as an extra value meal, just $4.99. A quarter pound of juicy beef, premium toppings like thick cut bacon, fries, and a drink, just $4.99.
Okay, guys, let's have a good lunch out there today.
If you were out of town and missed Levin Furniture's 4th of July sale, don't worry. You still have time to take advantage of our incredible offer. This weekend, get up to 55% off furniture and mattresses. Plus, Levin's will pay your interest for up to 50 months. And as a special weekend bonus, get a $50 gift card with any purchase and free delivery on your entire order. 55% off, 50 months, no interest financing, a $50 gift card and free delivery. This weekend at Levin's.
There's so much to like about this Buick LaCrosse. Sophisticated styling, fresh technology, and an EPA estimated 36 mpg highway. Like my mom said the day I was born. Wow, that's a lot more than I expected. If you don't know the luxurious yet fuel-efficient LaCrosse, you don't know Buick.
Now get a 2-year experience Buick lease on a LaCrosse with 2 years of Sirius XM, OnStar, and scheduled maintenance, all for this low monthly payment.
Watch Good Morning Cleveland for your daily traveler's forecast, brought to you by the new Kia Optima Limited midsize sedan. Elegance, performance, technology. Visit your local Northern Ohio Kia retailer or mykiacleveland.com to experience Kia's full lineup of high-quality, stylish, and dependable vehicles.
In his My Ohio report, Leon Bibb looks at a group of people who are pretty popular, especially during the lunch hour.
They are in place throughout the year, even on some of the coldest days. They are the hot dog vendors who work from street corner carts. Here's Leon.
Not that you ask, but I got my preferences for my hot dogs. Mustard, ketchup, and relish, if you please. That's what I tell some of the food vendors peppering many downtown Cleveland street corners. Really, more than vendors, some are philosophers, but all are city watchers and ambassadors for Cleveland.
Nothing quite like good food bought off a wagon or a truck. The open air, comfortable day, your appetite will be primed. Food truck people know that as they gather, hawking their menus.
Leon, hi. Why don't you stop by and have some of our delicious barbecue ribs? Belgian frites. Plain burger for you.
Thank you very much.
Enjoy. This is our monster Kobe dog with chili and cheese. So good.
What's that cost?
$9.
Now, don't get me wrong, because I like these food trucks, but they're on the high end of street vending. For my money and my menu, give me the little guy, the hot dog guy on the street corner. I take my hat off to him. He's the little guy with the big product.
Well, these are the small truck boys selling from beneath brightly colored umbrellas.
Downtown hot dog vendors working from carts towed in by car. Carts packed with hot dogs, Polish boys, and condiments. City licensed and designated a sales